Hi everyone, good evening. So today, this is the first time we are doing this session. Idea is very very simple. ठीक है, इसका बहुत simple idea है. वो ये है कि एक तो हम साथ में पढ़ेंगे और थोड़ा सा और भी है. So try to uh, we will try to develop the habit of focused studies. Now I'll tell you why this is very very important. आप में से कई लोग सिविल सर्विस के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, आप हो सकता है कुछ लोग स्कूल कॉलेज जो भी हो. जब हम when we study, very often what happens is, especially when you're doing very long sessions, studying every day, um, the number of hours we clock will be a lot. हम 6 घंटे, 8 घंटे, 10 घंटे, 12 घंटे, 14 घंटे पढ़ रहे हैं. But often our attention is sort of not, our focus is missing, right? We are studying something, and then after some time our brain is somewhere else, we're thinking about something else. So that is not very productive. So we need to build that mental habit of studying in a focused manner. And it seems easy, it's not easy at all. I'll tell you, I struggle with that a lot. I'm sure. I hope you struggle less because you have a much more focused outcome, which is the exam, right? So, so one technique which is recommended is what is called Pomodoro technique. I'll just type it out for you. In fact, I had mentioned it to you, Pomodoro. Okay. Now, what this means is it's a very very simple idea. Okay, the idea is this: if I study for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever, um, human attention span for about half an hour or so we are able to focus. After that, the for most people the attention span goes down. Right? So the idea is very simple. Then why don't we study for half an hour and then take a break and then start again? So instead of doing one session of non-stop 4 hours, do like half an hour, half an hour, half an hour, half an hour, and each half an hour we break into two things. We break into 25 minutes of focused study and then 5 minutes break. Now the key thing is this: let us say during the focus study, right, you remember something. Oh, I need to talk to this guy, or I need check something out. You're not allowed to do that. So you pick one objective. For next 25 minutes, I'm going to do this. One task, that's it. Right? And during those 25 minutes, you have to just be focused. If something else comes into your आपके दिमाग में कुछ और आता है कि अच्छा मुझे ये करना था, you write it down on a piece of paper. Do it after the 25 minutes. During those 25 minutes, you are not allowed to, or you should not be doing anything else. That's a very simple idea. Okay, if we can think about it, actually this seems like a simple idea. It is very very powerful. If you study 6 hours, 6 hours is actually 12 Pomodoro sessions. 12 Pomodoro sessions, if you can pull off in one day with focus study, trust me, you will do better than 10 or 12 hours of study without focus, guaranteed. I can tell you 100%. Right? So that is what we are going to try, right? Now let me say hello to all our friends who are here. So Shant, hi. So some of you are civil service aspirants, some of you are my school students. So welcome to all of you. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to now start studying. So what I have picked a book. Okay, so this is a book called Indistractable. Very, very relevant because this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to avoid distraction. Okay, and uh, okay, but I heard from the rankers do not use this. So did you also follow? So this is something that I've been trying to follow lately. Right? Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not successful. But this is very very. I think it's very powerful because our ability to focus has gone down quite a bit. Another thing I'll tell you is that 25 minutes is what the standard is. It doesn't have to be 25. If you let's say if I'm studying something which is very absorbing, right? I'm studying some topic in physics which I find very interesting, then maybe my attention span can go even for like 45 minutes or 1 hour or whatever. It depends, right? But I think this is very powerful. So now what we'll do is enough of my talk, right? We are going to sit and study. So just to set expectations, I'm not going to be teaching anything. Right? I will sit and study. You sit and study. So as I said, this is my book. So I'm going to do 2 Pomodoro sessions. Now, how do I do that? So normally I use a plugin, a Chrome browser plugin on my laptop. It is called. Let me see what is it called. It's got a name. It is, yeah, it is called, I can actually share the name. It's called Marinara Pomodoro Assistant. Some random plugin I have pulled from the Chrome store, and it basically counts 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, it gives a beep and then 5 minutes break. Okay, so enough talk. Let's get started. So I'm starting now. So you start your this thing. Remember, 25 minutes while you're studying, no distraction. Okay. If something comes up, please try it on a piece of paper. After 25 minutes, we'll take a 5 minutes break and then we'll do one more session. That's it. Over. Okay. In between, I will not be looking at the screen. I'll look at the screen only during the break. So if you send me a question, I may not be able to answer except during the break. Right. So please don't mind that. I may not respond immediately. Okay. So let's get started. Thank you. Sandeep has a question. He says, I used to study 12, 13 hours, but after lockdown, my concentration is damaged. I'm not able to study more than 4 hours. Yeah. So Sandeep, let's build it. I mean, there's no magic button, right? By the way, there's no magic solution for anything. These are all like we just need to try. So today, let's do 1 hour. If you can do 1 hour, I'm sure you can do like 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. Okay. Let's start. Hi everyone. Um, so, so yes, I finished one Pomodoro cycle. In fact, I had set an alarm here, but I think because I've connected my earphones, I could not hear that 25 minutes were over. So let's see if there are any questions. Let me just go through the questions here. Nitin says, I chose Lakshmikant Polity book. Absolutely, it's a great book. Everything I've heard about the truth, so that's a good choice. How to develop a habit of reading books? Vijay has a question. Um, so Vijay, it's a great. It's actually asking a great question. I think the unfortunately the answer to a lot of these good questions, there is no really meaningful answer other than just doing it. But having said that, one thing I would say is, at least in my life, what I find is I'm able to do only the top one or two or three things that I prioritize. If something is like, priority number five, it never happens. Maybe I'm not very good at prioritizing, obviously. So if reading books is important, like, make it a priority. And when you say make it a priority, what does it mean? That even if something else which you think is very important is there. Now, let's say as an example, you say, okay, I'm going to read, let's say, 3 days a week, 1 hour, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's a priority. Then on Friday, even if your friends are calling you for a party or for a dinner or whatever, if that's a reading time, then you do it. That's what distractible. It's been lying in my house for quite some time, so I want to read it. So I thought, along with you, I'll take advantage and read that. Sachin says good evening. Hi Sachin, good evening. Um, so what should be cycle of revision to revive the fading things? Abhimanyu has a question. Abhimanyu, the core idea I think I explained in one of my videos is that you revise once you start forgetting. Right? So don't revise when it's still fresh. मान लीजिए आपने आज कुछ पढ़ा है. There's no point revising tomorrow again, right? Because you need to give some time to start forgetting. So I would say reasonably, if you can do a revision after a week, first revision, I think that'll be good. But again, it depends. There is no hard scientific research which says that it should be after X days. But what the research says is, when you start forgetting, at that point you should be just when you are just able to recollect. See, if you delay too much, you would have forgotten everything. In which case, you are learning from scratch. That's also not good. So it should be like the forgetting has sort of just started, going up. No, that's the thing. Okay, uh, what to do to increase our productivity? I mean, this today we are trying to focus. Just be focused. I think that's one thing. It'll change everything. I mean, I'm trying to focus, and hopefully next few weeks, days, I'll get more focused. Uh, okay. Yeah. So Sagar, the question distraction. Yes, that's what you're trying to break. So it's a habit. So make it a habit, right? So that happens. Remind yourself. And I'll later on, maybe in a couple of weeks, I'll do something. Maybe we'll do a couple of videos or maybe a full session on distraction. So give me some time. We'll do that. Right? Best way of note taking. Anshul, I've discussed that in one of my videos. I'm forgetting which one. Um, let me just find that video. I'll put a link in the description or in the comments here. I've covered that already. Is it good to uh, Vinod says that it actually helped him. So fantastic, very good to know. About CSAT, yes. Thanks for reminding. I owe you a video on CSAT, yes. Okay, so I'll take 2 minutes break. I mean, I've already been talking about so it's 7:40. I'll take 2 minutes break, and then after that, I'll do one more Pomodoro, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. So let me just go and have some water. Okay, so I'm starting my next 25 minutes Pomodoro cycle. You can read whatever you are reading. So let's get started. So I've finished my second Pomodoro. Just to give you the result, I mean, I'm also, like you guys were asking, how to read a book. So I also don't take time out. I should not say I don't find time. I have time. I have a lot of time. We all have time, but I don't take time out. Today also this was experiment for me. So I read a book for what, like 50 minutes, and I was reading very comfortably, not trying to read quickly or this thing. I looked at things multiple times if I had to, and I finished 50 pages without, at a very normal, comfortable pace, like no rush, no nothing at all. In 1 hour, I finished 50 pages, which means this book is about 250 pages. So in 5 hours, I can finish a book like this. Okay, so this book, which is pretty decent sized book, right? I can finish it in 5 hours of focused reading. I waste a lot of time doing a lot of other stuff where I don't read books. But now I realized, after today, I realized that, okay, if I do 1 hour a day, in 1 week, I can finish a book without any extra effort, without nothing. So it's a great realization. So I'm sure you also, if you're able to focus, you also would have realized that focus is very, very powerful. Focus is like a factor of five. Yeah? So today's session was, I hope it was useful. Let me just look at some questions. Shreya says live sessions really very helpful. Thank you. I'm glad it's helping. Take notes by active recall. Yes, we have talked about it. There's a question. So please, for UPSC prep, some tips. Ankur, I have made some videos. Please check it out, and I'll be making more. And if you have specific questions, put in the comments. I can try to cover in the future videos. Yes, Manjay Tiwari says that mind has enormous capacity to retain. Absolutely, mind. I'll give you one example. There was it's way back 1994. I was in the fourth year of my BTech program, and a company had come for campus placement, so I thought of appearing for that. And they had it was on computer networking, and I had zero understanding of computer networking, like literally zero. But then I was very keen on that. So somebody gave me a book and they said, look, these are 200 pages. If you can read this and if you understand that, you can clear the exam. And because I really wanted to do that, I was so focused that, in 3-4 hours, I finished that. And for years, I remembered what I read during those 3-4 hours. So focus it's unbelievable. We don't realize how powerful focus is. That's my experience. So anyway, that's about it. So thank you everyone for joining, all of you, and I hope this was useful. Now, the important thing is not just this session. Important thing is one question: whether you can suggestions whether you can make notes out of UP newspaper or not. Um, here is my here's my thought. See, when a lot of times we pick current affairs and all of that. Now the reality is that today there are coaching centers which release compilations. I think Vision does that. Some other people also do that. So information here is my take. Information you will find in. Now you read some article which says, okay, lockdown backfires. Or maybe lockdown does not backfire, it's very effective, but it has got some side effect. Or you see some pattern, 30-day lockdown can drive what percentage of decline in GDP. When you get some information like that, that information can be useful. Those things you can note down, but otherwise I don't think you need to really take down very detailed notes. You can write down maybe in a small paper, like key points you can write on. Don't make it a very detailed. The thing is, if you make it a very detailed note taking, वो हो नहीं पाएगा. After some time you'll just stop doing it. Right? That's the thing. Best newspaper for students, I guess, Anshul. See, when I was in school, Times of India used to be great. Now it has become really bad. So I think today, I would say Hindu and to an extent Indian Express. I think those are the good ones. So thanks everyone, and thank you for joining. And it's evening time, so let's go and have dinner and enjoy the rest of the evening. Those of you who are part of the program 30 days of 5 a.m., I'll see you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Also, if you cannot join at 5, remember 5 a.m. is not the important thing. Important thing is to start same times. If you start at 6, 7, whatever, that's perfectly fine. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care. Good evening.